Hi, Brandon with goHUNT. We just wanted to go over some different ideas or different tips that we've learned over the years on how to lace a boot. You might think it's pretty straightforward, but there are some little tips and tricks that you can do to customize the fit of your boot or to lock your heel in, different things like that. And that's the first one that I want to talk about, is how to lock your heel into place. If you're, typically this is a really stiff boot. A lot of times people complain about having heel slip or heel rub, rubbing a blister on that. And there is a way that you can lock your foot in a little more secure. One thing that you can do, I'll start off with, is you can section your boot in different tensions. So if you're a guy that wants, the bottom part of your boot really tight around that part of the foot, you can just simply do, 2 overhand knots. Some people call it a surgeon knot. And you can cinch down, and that'll help lock this lower section of lace into place, and then you can tension the top part a little differently from that. These boots do have a lace lock on them. Right there, I've got that engaged. But to lock that heel into place, instead of crossing over like you typically would standard, jump up to this next one. From there, with your laces, go underneath that lace. This one you're gonna go underneath that same way. And then from there, it allows you to really leverage or pull down. You'll notice when you tighten that down, it pulls that top part of the boot down in and really locks that heel into place. From there, you can just go across and go straight up. And you could do that again if you needed to. I typically just finish that off right there. Right, like that. And that, like I say, with that little system and the way that you can cinch down and put pressure in that, it'll really help pull that boot around your heel and lock it into place. Another part of the boot that tends to have hot spots or pressure is a lot of people that have a high arch will have, the bump on the top part of their foot right here. What you can do is just skip a couple of the eyelets so that it alleviates pressure going into there. So if you exaggerated, if you had a bump in the top part of your foot that tends to have a hot spot or pressure point, a pain point right there, just simply skip that section of those laces. From there, you can tension that, however you want. You could go up, and then there's really no wrong way to lace a boot. Particularly boots fit so differently depending on brand or style of boot, stiffness of boot. There's really a number of ways you can lace a boot. That's a way to alleviate pressure points on your foot. So just experiment, play around with ways to lace different things or tension different things, and it'll help you alleviate some of those hot spots. So right here I've got the Crispy Bristol SF. It's a little bit taller boot, and what I want to show you is how you can tension or lock the top parts of your boot in. So instead of going right to that bottom lace, I'm gonna go up actually, and you could go up, get it right here. I'm gonna go up to that next one. I'm gonna skip that, go on top, come back around, and you'll notice what that's done in doing that has actually changed the shape of that boot just a little bit to where, it's put kind of the profile more into like a ski boot section. It's kind of pulled that back up in. So from there you can go, I'm gonna lock that right into place. And from there, you could go up. You could even do that again if you needed that extra, just get that, tight around your boot. Go up to the top again. Back down to that next one. And I'm gonna finish it off right there. And like I say, what that done is actually been able to pull this boot forward and lock that around your ankle. What that does is help alleviate, on a tall boot, you may get, the flex may not be there. You may need to lock that ankle into place to alleviate heel slip or heel lift. Hot spots, blister spots, but really there's a number of ways that you can lace up a boot and lock it into place. That's the number one thing with these mountain boots and the stiffer boots is get your lacing right. Get it comfortable. Use some different locking techniques so you don't have to continually relace your boot as you're hiking up the trail. Nothing more annoying than have a mountain boot on, have it laced up comfortable, get a mile and a half into it, need to relace your boot, have a set of gaiters on top of your boot, have to pull all that down just to simply relace your boot. So here's some tips, techniques. Hopefully you find them valuable. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below, or shoot us an email at boots@gohunt.com. We're happy to answer any questions you might have. Thanks.